Hello, hello, hello. It is tax season, and we know as entrepreneurs how difficult it can be pulling our finances together, trying to get things done just in time to file taxes. Well, what we're talking about today are some accounting tips and strategies that are going to help us to manage what we need to manage so that we're not scrambling come end of the tax season. Hi, my name is Rashida Green. I am the founder and CEO of Get Right Coaching and the host of this community where we help moms to start, grow, and scale home-based virtual businesses so that they can build the life of their dreams without neglecting themselves or their families in the process. We are celebrating not only Black History Month this month, but in the Mompreneur HQ, we are celebrating Financially Fit February. And all this month, we've been bringing to you guests that have special skills and talents in the area of finance so that we can help one another to grow and be more financially fit in our business. And today it is no different. We are going to have our special guests come out and help us today in the learning how to manage your finances and prepare for end of year tax season. Our special guest today is a self-motivated account specialist, knowledgeable in various accounting programs to help businesses and individuals achieve their financial goals. She has over 25 years of accounting experience with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration and Accounting. She is licensed. She is a licensed notary public and received her management skills certification from ECPI University, as well as retail banking and teleoperations certification from Independent School of Financial Institution. When she's not in the business realm of life, she enjoys serving as an angel tree coordinator at her church, as well as a vacation Bible school coordinator at New Beginnings Church here in Charlotte, which she has enjoyed being the leadership of for the past 15 years. She is also married to her awesome husband, Minister Keith King, going on 8 years, and together they have 4 adult children and 3 grandchildren. I would like to introduce to you and welcome our special guest, Miss Dontia King, to our platform.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. And Miss Dontia, I'm going to call you Tia. Is that okay since I see it up on your screen? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, with such a great background and experience in an accounting, tell us a little bit more about you and your business and who do you serve and things like that.
Okay, awesome. Well, first of all, Rashida, thank you so much for having me on this platform. This is a wonderful experience for me, and I'm truly enjoying it. As far as for me, I am born and raised here in North Carolina, as they say, from the rooter to the tutor. That would be me. That would be me. Um, I once again I have a background in accounting, and I serve anybody who has a accounting need, have an accounting need or financial need. So that can be anywhere in the USA or over the seas. It doesn't matter because you can do bookkeeping, accounting virtual. So
Okay.
that is one of the new things that is out there now. So you don't just have to have somebody in your office. You can have somebody in Africa, anywhere, doing your bookkeeping services. Um, I've been doing this for over 25 years, and basically, I learned this at the feet of my mother.
Oh, wow.
Yes, my mother, Willette Robinson, who passed last year on Christmas Eve, was an account specialist for a company called J.P. Stevens. They were located in the South Park area for many years. And over that time, once she left the corporate industry, she went into church business administrator. And that's when I learned accounting. I would sit there at her feet, looking over the counter and looking, watching her key and stuff, just asking questions. So my accounting background really was self-learned.
Wow.
So right, and throughout the years, I worked in banking, where I started out with the company called what was the name of that bank? It was Savings and Loan Bank, and then First Charter bought that bank, which is now Fifth Third, I believe. And
Okay.
so, right, and so that's where my banking background came into play. And from there, I would, manage customers' accounts. And one day, a customer said, "Tia, you really should do this for a living." I said, "Huh, I think you might be right." Because I got great joy out of just helping somebody find just one penny. I had a customer would come in for one penny. "Tia, my books are out of balance." And I would literally sit there and find that penny because they were not going anywhere. And so from that sparked WDS, Personal Touch Bookkeeping Services. And the W for Willette, the D for Dontia, and the S was for my sister Shalette. So
Look
yeah.
at that. Okay. Well, that is a personal touch to your business naming. Okay, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. And that is awesome that you were able to, sit at your mom's feet and learn a trade.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, we learn cooking, but
Yeah.
you actually learn a business, something, a tool that you can actually earn money from
Right.
on your own terms. So
Right.
that is awesome. And then it led into what you now have as your professional business. Now, the other thing, before we actually get into what it is that you do, um, one of the other things that you do, which is your side hustle, you have. Um, just give us a snippet about that because you are a woman of diverse talent. So share with us about your side hustle as well.
Okay, well, my side hustle, I kind of stumble into that as well. Lately, I stumble into a lot of stuff, but my side hustle
Has nothing to do with age.
it's a business called Jafra. Now, I had never heard of them a day of my life. Now, I didn't know nothing. What they say, not nay thing, not
Nothing.
nay thing from about them. But I had a girlfriend. She lives in Connecticut. And she probably gonna get me from telling this story. But anyway, she lived in Connecticut, and she was telling me about this line of cosmetics that her mother used to participate in. And I said, okay. And then she was like, well, it's a black-owned business and everything. I said, really? Huh? And then she said, but I think they went out of business. So while she was talking, I was keying in the name, and I called her Jaffa. And she was like, no, it's not Jaffa. Because I was thinking, safari. I had the elephants and everything, the leopards. I was all into it. She said, "No, T, it's not. No, it's Jaffa." I said, "Oh, okay. Excuse me." So anyway, I Googled it, and I said, "No, I don't think they're closed." I said, "They're actually celebrating 65 years." And she
Wow.
was like, "Really?" I said, "Yes." And so she was like, "Well, if you become a consultant, I'll tell everybody up here in Connecticut we have a Jaffa consultant and have everybody to buy from you." And I was like, "Girl, I'm not ready to get into no sales stuff or anything like that." And then so I kept looking more into it, and then I became a consultant for $19. So I jumped right in and everything, knew nothing about the products or nothing. So I started ordering the makeup line and stuff, and come to find out, I actually loved it. And I was like, wow. And so, it's tiers that you have to go through. So you have a manager. So my manager all of a sudden saw this name pop up, Tia. She was like, who is this Tia person? Because
Right.
now
I
I'm
Googled.
selling, right? Because I'm selling stuff, selling stuff. And she was like, you sold more stuff than people who's been in this business for 5, 10, 15 years. And I said, oh, really? I said, well, it wasn't my intent. I just liked the product, and I just, told people about it. And
Like my
so
bad for being,
I
fellow
know,
up here.
right?
Like,
Exactly. So it took off, but since you said it's my side hustle, this is my this is the Jaffa catalog. So, just different things that you can come in here and purchase is for men, women, and children. I love their makeup line. It's the first makeup product that I've used that didn't irritate my skin, and I actually love it. And so, if you want to have a party, let me know.
All right. So now the Mom HQ has our very own Jafra consultant, um, Miss Tia King.
Mhm.
So thank you very much for sharing that with us. I'm glad that you found something, that you stumbled onto something
That's right.
just from a conversation, and yet again took the opportunity to not just take the information and move on, but
Mhm.
to research it for yourself and
That's right.
order it for yourself. And you generally just started just to support another Black business, and now you are that business, and
Yep.
actually selling for a manager who didn't even expect to see you there, then to
Mm.
actually do well in that space. So
Right.
congratulations on that.
Mm.
Now, to
Thank
get
you.
back to our topic on today, how to
Yes.
manage your finances and prepare for end of the year tax season, we entrepreneurs, particularly mom entrepreneurs,
Hmm.
definitely need some strategies there. So I want you to go ahead and take a few minutes to just go ahead and fill us in on what we need to know in order to get ourselves together for this upcoming tax season.
Okay, awesome. Well, before any business or like any business, you have to have some type of time management to be able to manage your company. Now, if that seems to be a struggle, that's where I come in, or a bookkeeper. Because I have my degree, my name changed. So I'm just a fancy title, bookkeeper. But I'm also a different type of bookkeeper, because not only do I do bookkeeping, I do payroll, I do taxes, and all other sort of things that a CPA can do as well. However, I
Wow.
however, I just choose to stay on the bookkeeping side.
You saw my eyes get wide, like,
I know.
ooh.
I was like, oh, I choose to stay on the bookkeeping side for a very specific reason.
Okay.
So, but to kind of help entrepreneurs to realize when you need a bookkeeper, one, when you don't have the time to manage your own finances, when your books are always outdated, or you doing like a lot of everyday people, that last minute rush to getting your finances together. And what I mean the last minute rush, April 15th come, April 14th, you got sitting there gathering all your receipts and so forth and everything, and you take it to a tax advisor or whoever, tax preparer, to get your taxes done, and in their minds, their eyes and heads are already blown up, because you bring in a shoebox and want them to work a miracle. So let's back that out and start from the beginning. First thing you want to do, separate your business and your personal. Okay, commingling your expenses and income is one of the most common mistakes. And as soon as you realize that you want to start a business, open up a business account. Make sure you get your tax ID number. Make sure you register your business name and all of those things. That helps tax preparer to be able to separate you and the business. Um, Another thing that bookkeepers cringe is when we have to manually enter your data. We're in the new age now. So
Right.
let's get hip. Do automated transfers. I use QuickBooks Cloud, which I love. It connects to my clients' bank accounts, and it downloads every transaction. The only thing I have to do is categorize them.
Can
And
you repeat
so
that? And which one? Which QuickBooks is that?
it's QuickBooks Cloud.
Cloud. Okay.
Hmm. Right. Any cloud based accounting system you can use. You just find the one that works for you, one that works within your budget, and one that is for your business need, because every cloud base comes in tiers. So a mom cloud base or a home cloud base might not be the same as someone who has stores out like at the airport or things like that, or a huge couple corporation,
Right.
Fortune 500 or something like that. So it goes in tiers. So you have to find the one that works for you. When in doubt, always ask a pro. I'm just I'll always ask a pro. Okay. So, I don't consider myself a pro, but yeah, ask me and I will be glad to help you. Perform regular financial checkups. That's the one thing in knowing how your business is doing. Make sure you have those things in order.
Okay.
Do quarterly reviews. That also helps you to see how your business is growing or if sales are declining. Always keep record of your business expenses and income. Once again, that's important of making sure you keep track of every single thing that comes in and out. And the purpose of that is so that you'll be able to um, have your bookkeeper to separate those categories. And at the end of the tax, when it comes to tax season and tax filing, there are certain deductions that you can receive. So you can receive deduction off of meals, you travel, clothing, uniforms, anything that you spend. But if you have all that commingled up in there, then sometimes you might miss out on those extra few dollars that you're supposed to get, maybe in the refund, maybe. Also monitor your employers if you have any. Make sure that you're keeping track of the hours. I see a lot of companies where employees, what they call milk the clock, and you're paying for overtime and there's really no overtime. So you want to make sure that you monitor what your employees are doing, and keep a close eye out on your receivables. Um, that's your money.
Right.
So if you're not watching your receivables and your money coming in, then you don't get paid, your employees don't get paid, and then that's a business disaster. So we want to make sure we keep track of those, and also stay on top of your taxes. Anytime if you have employees, you're filing your taxes, your payroll taxes, 941s, the 940s, all of those things, make sure you stay on top of those taxes. Um, if you're using an accounting payroll software, it makes it real simple for you. It categorizes everything. It tells you when the taxes are due.
No excuses.
No excuses. So if you don't pay it, then you definitely don't want the IRS come knocking at your door, because they will. And then the last bit of advice is always find the right person. And I won't say just the right person, but find you a good bookkeeper. Find you someone who's going to look out for your best interests, give you good sound advice to be able to help prepare you for the end of the year. Because it is here with me, with other bookkeepers, this is where it starts. And that helps your CPA, which helps file your taxes to the IRS to help keep them off from coming back on you. But like I tell my clients, I only report what you give me. So if you don't give me everything, I can't report everything. And if you're not honest about what you're giving, then it comes back on you in the long run.
It will.
Mm-hmm.
It catches up. That's right.
Yep.
So it just makes sense to be organized and be
Yep.
honest, right?
Yep. Yes.
Was that all before I started?
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
that's
Well, thank you. That
mhm.
that is some awesome information. Very valid points that we need to be clear on as
Mhm.
entrepreneurs to be able to get ourselves in order. And those tips that you've given are very much valuable in organizing our day-to-day interactions with our
Mhm.
money. Like you
That's
said,
right.
watching our money, counting our money. That poor
Mhm.
client that was coming in for a penny off. Oh my gosh, but you found it.
I
So,
found it because they
but
was
you
not
found it.
leaving.
So
They were
That
not leaving.
that is some tenacity. That is some focus to be able to
Yeah.
look through all those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And that person actually had to be organized enough in order for you to find the penny also, I
Yes.
would think. So
Yes.
that is not just to help the accounting person or just to help the CPA or the bookkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
That helps you as an individual, as the owner of the business, to
That's
stay
true.
focused and less stress. Because when you have to, like you said, pull out that shoebox,
Yes.
I think
Yes.
just looking at the shoebox with the papers is stressful. You
Yes.
start thinking like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through all this? How am I going to see all these numbers? Who's going to do all that? And then you say, okay, well, I'm going to pass it off to the next person. I'm going to pass it off to the bookkeeper. I'm going to pass it off to the tax. For those of us who don't have bookkeepers, I'm just going to pass it off to the tax preparer. And like you said, the tax preparer is looking at you like, honey, too, we need you to
Right.
be up on it. Don't come
Mm-hmm.
to me with a shoebox.
And that is true. And then you will wonder why your bill at the end costs so much because of the time it takes to gather all that information in such a short amount of time. So yes, I've experienced that where I had a company and they didn't have a bookkeeper, and then a whole year that I had to enter the transactions. So we're not talking about 10 or 12 transactions a month. We're talking about over 50 entries that I had to do. So trust and believe that invoice was pretty hefty because I was like, no. And from that point on, that person hired me as their bookkeeper because once they saw that invoice, they was like, okay, I can't do that. And I said, you cannot operate like this. You make too much for this to be this disorganized. And so, but that's where we come into play.
Yes, Miss
And
Tia
so,
got hired, got her a full-time client out of that. Said, oh, we can't be this disorganized going forward. We're gonna have to put you
no.
on a roster full time.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yes,
I done tried.
ma'am.
I done
Yes,
tried. I
ma'am.
ain't gonna go there about how I done tried, but
Yeah.
I
And I
understand.
don't just do business, Rashida. I do personal.
Really?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. So I just don't do business bookkeeping. I do personal. And the reason why personal touch, the reason why personal came into play for moms, stay-at-home moms, or any individual who, don't have the time to do their own personal record keeping, I come into play. So with that being said, I pay your bills. I mean, just simple water bill, power bill, just the simple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes the pressure off that person not having to worry about doing those things.
Absolutely.
And so I have one or two clients that's been with me for, I don't know, maybe 10 years.
Wow.
And really, I do it as like a 6-month program where I pay your bills, put you on a budget, help you to organize yourself. But they like the treatment. So they say, Tia, you just keep doing it. I just keep going out here working.
And
So,
giving it to you. Okay.
yeah. So, but yeah, that I do. So I do personal bookkeeping, record keeping as well. So anybody looking
That
for
is awesome because I also heard you mention budget. Do you
Yeah.
do a budget
Mm-hmm.
based on what you've seen in their
Yeah.
records?
Yes. Yes. I will sit down with you. You bring everything to the table. You bring your income, your current expenses. If you have debt that you're trying to pay off or things like that, I help you put that in order. A lot of times people want to pay companies to uh, um, debt
The credit
repairs. Yeah.
consolidation
Hmm.
companies?
Right. The debt repairs and so forth. And I don't recommend those because personally, you can do it yourself. Years ago, I found myself in that same situation, and I just sat down because with me, I'm like, okay, you do accounting for a living, you know. I tell people all the time, you go into a CPA office and their office is scattered with paperwork. They can tell you what every single thing is. they're the most disorganized people in the office, but they're organized when it comes to, managing or doing your record keeping or tax filing. What's the same thing with bookkeepers? Sometimes we may not be the most organized with ourselves, but I can tell you what you're supposed to do. But then in my mindset, I was like, you know what? That can't work because I have to be a representation of what I'm offering.
That's
And
right.
so when I put that in my spirit and my mindset, then everything started to change. So I treat myself the same way. I have treated myself the same way. I sit down, I write down all my bills, my income, where I'm short, where I need to be, where I can, reduce something. Um, any debt, I use the I call it the fall away effect, or if you want to call it that, where you start off with the smallest debt, you pay that off, and then whatever you was paying on that debt, you start paying on the next debt,
Oh,
including
the
the same
snowball
amount.
effect.
Uh-huh. And then so forth until you get to the end. And
Absolutely.
so, it worked, and I cleared up my credit with that. So, and I
That
didn't go.
is awesome. I that's how I started out actually too, with the snowball effect. Before I knew
Mm-hmm.
it was the snowball effect,
Mm-hmm.
that's something I just thought I had to do.
Uh-huh.
That's awesome hearing that again.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-talented. Love that you doing this accounting, you're doing Jafra, and you're helping us to get ourselves in order so that we don't come to that end of the year panic. I'm telling you, I'm one of those April 15th persons.
Mm-mm.
The only problem is I don't actually show up to your job with that. I end up doing it myself on TurboTax. So
Mm-hmm.
it'd be me
Yep.
at 11:59 trying to push that
Yep.
button and
Yep.
get it in on time. But thank you so much, Tia, for
Thank you
coming
so
and
much for
sharing with
having
us
me.
today and helping our mom entrepreneurs to get their finances in order and prepare for tax year in season. So, before we go, though, I want to just ask you three quick questions to kind of get to know you a little bit. And we call this Mama's Jam because we want to know what Mama likes, right? So,
Okay.
um, which would you prefer, beach or mountains?
Beach.
Pickup or I forgot the name of it. Convertible.
Convertible.
Okay. And the last question, we're going to say coffee or tea?
Tea.
Tea person, me too. All right, those are my three questions for you today. So as we are wrapping up in the Mom Entrepreneur community, I just want to thank you, Miss Tia, for sharing with us on today. I look forward to anyone who has any questions or comments. Make sure you put them down in the field. We'll try to address them
Okay.
after the show. And if you're watching live, go ahead, put hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, so that we know that you were with us watching this show and getting this good information. And as always, if you are interested in learning more, or if you want to start a business and you just don't know where to start, book a clarity call with me at www.themompreneurhq.com/clarity-call, so that we can have a 20-minute conversation about your business goals, and how I can help you to achieve them, and if we're a good fit to work together. I am so glad that you've joined us. This is concluding our February Financial Fitness February, but we will still have more information coming to you during our lives every Wednesday at 2 p.m. I think that's it for us today. I really appreciate you all watching our show. And until next time.